Hey y'all, what's going on? This Flow of Substance episode 5. It's me, Earl Deco, and I got my main Dave Balmain. Introduce yourself, bro.
What up, Dave Balmain?
All right, we getting in straight into it. We gonna start it off real quick, real slight. Hope you having a beautiful day. Hey man, it's the NBA, right? It's that time, ain't it?
Man, it's that intensity. It done picked up.
Yeah. Every game counts now. Every game counts like a motherfucker. Now history's being made. But yo guys, last night they did what? They won by how many?
11, I believe. I believe it was 118, 107.
You know what? Hey, my thing with the Celtics, right? Even though I'm a Lakers fan, so it's blasphemous to root for the Celtics or anything. Are they just a 3-point shooting team?
That's what it kind of looked like last night, right?
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah, I believe without Marcus Smart and Al Horford, it kind of limits their playmaking because those are two of their playmakers. To be honest with you, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are not their playmakers. They just jack up shots. If you've seen it, like the only reason.
Come on, now Jason Tatum's a baller though. We got to.
Oh no, what I mean by jacking up shots. Let me clarify that. Jacking up shots. I'm not saying he's just shooting up bullshit. I'm saying he's not passing the ball clearly.
Yeah. I get
that's
you.
Whatever. Like when you say Kobe, people like Kobe was jacking up shots. Yeah, he's putting up shots. You know,
absolutely.
But he was making them. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by jacking up shots. I'm not saying he's just shooting horrible shots. But he's just being a shooter. He's being a shooting guard more than a point guard or playmaker.
Right. I mean, he's playing a two. How you expect a two to play it? If you really
honestly, Jaylen Brown is a baller too. So we talk about Jason Tatum all the time, but really, Jaylen Brown is just inconsistent. He really can be better than Jason Tatum, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I think he just lets Jason Tatum do his thing when Jason Tatum's hot because he has been the man for the team.
Mm-hmm. He was hot yesterday, and Jaylen Brown had 9 points up until about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
but then Jason Tatum comes in the second half and only scores about 12 points.
Not even that. He scored actually, I'm going to say 8 because he had 29, right? He had 21. He had 8. He had 21 in the first half.
Oh, yeah, that was Pritchard hitting those threes.
Yeah, he had 18. Yeah, Jason Tatum was non-existent in the second half, and Jaylen Brown was non-existent up until that fourth quarter where he hit like 4 threes in a row and hit 2 free throws, a couple of like back-to-back trips to the free throw line and got him to his like 22 points that he had.
Yeah.
Before that, he had like 9.
If they can't figure out a way to get in the paint, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You got to score in the paint. You got to be tough. That's the thing. If it's hard for them to win ugly. It's hard for them to win them tough games down the line.
Right. Which is why they be losing by at least double digits when they have those type of games, if you notice. But it is Marcus Smart being missing for them. I will give them.
Yeah, he's a pivotal player when it comes to the pick and roll, giving people the ball. But if you look at those last couple games, and they beat the hell up because they had to defeat that monster over there in Milwaukee.
Yeah. It was a lot of turnovers on Jason Tatum. He had actually 6 turnovers in one quarter.
Yeah, he looked like James Harden back in Houston. That's what it started to look like to me.
Yeah.
I was like, this looked like...
To the point where it looked like, some people were saying it looked like damn near he was doing it on purpose. Not like he was, but like, damn, nigga, you really fucking up that bad type shit.
Yeah, he don't know how to get that's not his game though.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. That's what Marcus Smart and Al Horford are there for. They made him try to be the playmaker, but he honestly didn't look comfortable being a playmaker. He looked nervous and like he was throwing some crazy passes right to Jimmy and just losing the ball, getting swiped like by Victor Oladipo and shit.
Right. But your man Skip Bayless was all on that man. That sack in the beginning.
Yeah. The first half, it's over. Celtic Nation is 1-0.
Oh,
switch this tune in 2 hours, like, bro. Don't even say nothing till the game is over.
For real, oh my God.
I don't know why people do that anyway. If I'm gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit just because we doing good. Like I was like, yeah, everybody was talking that shit in the first half.
Right.
Once we got up by close to a dub, I'm like, everybody talking that shit in the first half. I seen somebody make a comment saying the Celtics can guard the Heat, but there's no way the Heat can guard the Celtics. The second half was completely different. Jason Tatum getting blocked left and right by Bam or Jimmy.
Right.
It's getting turned. It's like we can't guard them, but clearly we can. Marcus Smart and Al Horford, we're not worried about them on offense. That's the thing, like scoring-wise. Al Horford had that 134-point game, but how many of those is he going to have?
I said that too. I was like, Al Horford's going to drop 30-plus for you a night. That's not happening.
No, he's not getting that again, especially not against us. So
and 5 for 7 for 3. 3? I don't think so.
I doubt that. Yeah, nah. But Marcus Smart, he can get streaky and hit some shots. But both of them on offense is like that's the least people worry about. Playmaking, yeah, they could get other people in their spots though.
But do you think Pritchard, him hitting those shots, even though Marcus Smart is out, obviously he was touching the ball a little bit more and getting a lot more minutes. Do you think they'll get a little bit more confidence to rotate him in?
Nah, because the problem with him is he's a liability on defense. That's why Jimmy Butler was calling for a pick and roll on him. Whoever was on him, pick and roll every time, shooting over him, layup, and they wasn't double teaming until it was too late. Right. He was just shitting on him. He had 18 points, so I'll give him that. But everybody was like, it don't matter if you're a liability on defense. And
you are, but if you put Marcus Smart in that spot and then just put Pritchard at the 3, then he can just rotate to that outlet 3 that was taking last series. Because the man could shoot. The man could shoot.
Yeah, PJ Tucker gonna be on all that.
Okay.
That's what I will say. PJ Tucker, he had a little tweak. Came back in that second. It's too
much on the line. It's too much on the line. You can't sit your ass down. Yeah, it's too much on the line. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking at that, right? So PJ Tucker, I will say he's doing a lot better on the boards than Bam did in this playoff series.
Yeah, in this series, yeah.
So if you rotate him out and have him always guard that outlet, you take away because man, offensive rebounds, you niggas be killing. I'd be like, yo, they get too many second chance
points.
Points.
Jimmy be in there getting his shot, but like, damn, man, how your little ass get in there and get that little rebound, put it back up. So yeah.
They'll get like 2-3 offensive rebounds in one possession. So I'm like, it's those second chance points. Definitely, especially y'all can keep the score in y'all favor, or y'all can always get the lead back. It's a tough series for the Celtics to win, in my opinion. But I got y'all. I think the series still goes to 7 because I think personally that the Celtics will find a flow, and Boston is a tough place to play.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see that for sure.
So if we gonna transition,
Boston ain't no punch like
Nah.
I just don't, and I like.
I will never fucking root for the Celtics, but I gotta call a spade a spade.
Right. I was about to say, really, it's not the players that I don't like. It's really the organization. That's what people gotta understand.
Absolutely.
It ain't the players. The kind of the history. They kind of won a lot of championships. Championships been won a lot in the era where, I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of racist at that.
We don't have to put the kind. We can let's call it what it is. Call it what it is.
It was a white organization, and they was kind of like the NBA team of white supremacy at that time, and really until the Lakers get that one over them, people still gonna look, the Celtics and the Boston Celtics, and they got it. That's why I'm not a Laker fan, but I am from LA County and all that, and just being from Southern California in general, most likely people will be Laker fans. So
yeah.
I already got the relationship with that. Anyway, I'm like, I know if I wasn't a Miami Heat fan, I'd probably be a Laker fan. So I'm like, I for sure wouldn't fuck with the Celtics regardless. And they kind of are Eastern Conference rivals anyways, just because we faced them so much in the playoffs now. It's like, we really don't like that organization as a whole.
Yeah, they made me cry in 2008. No kizzy. When they beat us in 6, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that settled me down, Kevin Garnett got a ring. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett got a ring, so I fucked with KG. But if we gonna transition, before we get to the Eastern, let's talk about how the Mavericks got here to the Western. Woo, that was an ass. Oh, man.
What happened, bro? Him, not even just Chris Paul, but Devin Booker, too. The whole team, though.
Oh,
them two, we got to, they gonna get the most of the credit, but everybody,
Right.
There's no way Devin Booker they both should have had 1 and 2 points. Chris Paul had 1 and Devin Booker had 2 at halftime, and they were down by 30. 57-27 people. That has never happened in a playoff game.
And if you look at the
game
shots,
7.
So I was talking to some of my basketball folks. I'm like, look, man, we got to stop the day. Because the Devin Booker Kobe comparison. I was like, Devin Booker, he was looking real scary every time he went down to that paint. When you see more than 2 jerseys, I was like, you won't have that Mamba mentality. You got to jack those shots up, like you said earlier. I'm like, man, he just needs to fucking shoot. I'm like, fuck if the shot is good or not. Fuck if you really have an open look, bro. Shoot the damn ball.
Right,
shoot
that's
the
what
ball.
Kobe would have did. Kobe for sure was shooting some difficult shots, and he just feel like he could make them because he got to have confidence in that shit.
Come on, man. I don't mean to bring this in history, but remember that Dwayne Wade lucky ass shot?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I was like, what the, that was on that wasn't a Christmas Day game, was it?
No.
Not Christmas, but it was like a late night grand game. I remember me and my brothers watching it, and he hit it off the backboard. I'm like, Kobe, damn, well, you just shot that bitch up to the backboard. Like, hopefully it goes in. If not, I get the backboard. It was like he was banking.
Right.
for it either way. So
Because
Kobe
he
knew
shot it hard as hell.
Yes, he shot that shit like I'm gonna aim for the backboard, and it might just go in, or it might hit the backboard and bank in this game. So,
that's what you do when you're trying to get greatness. Because I'm looking at the stats right now. So, Devin Booker, 37 minutes, 11 points, 3 for 14. We ain't got to talk about the rebounds and shit. But I'm like 3 for 14. Wow. So you only took 14 shots
in a game 7.
Oh no,
Kobe would have looked at that man and shook his head if he was at that game.
Like, man,
Mama Mattel, you got me on your shoe? Oh, bro, take that shit off. No, no disrespect to Devin Booker, but Kobe for sure to be like, I don't like that shit.
You taking 14 shots, man. It's like, is Devin, my question to you is, though, do you feel Devin Booker is overrated?
Overrated? Nah, I wouldn't say overrated, because how much rated is he really like that? You know what I mean? People like to, a few little whispers here and there, like, oh, he kind of remind me of Kobe. I mean, I feel like they do that because he's probably the only person that kind of do a reminiscent type of game with Kobe.
And he got it close. He got 71.
Yeah, and that type of shit like that. You feel me? And I heard somebody just break that though too? Devin Booker, I think somebody got over 71 this past year. I forgot who it was, but I remember it was like 70 something. I was like, oh shit, this man broke Devin Booker record. But, well, at least past this shit.
Right. But I feel, go ahead, my fault.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't feel like he's like completely, like you could really say overrated just because a lot of people don't be like, oh, he top 5 or he top 10 even. So they were saying that, like, yeah, he overrated.
Okay, so with me, I feel that Devin Booker, I wouldn't say he's overrated. I feel like he's right where he needs to be. Mm-hmm. It's just, this is terrible for the trajectory of his career.
And his legacy, him and Chris Paul is bad. That shit don't go away. That thing be there forever.
Absolutely. Now, if they come back next season, make another title run, which I think they will if they keep the same team together.
Yeah, I think DeAndre Ayton too.
Yeah, but DeAndre Ayton played terribly, like god awful.
Yeah, they wasn't feeding him as much either, though. I'm like, I don't know.
They wasn't, but they wanted him to take the Luka assignment, and I think that fucked him on the rebounds because you got DeAndre Ayton, who's too slow to guard Luka. Luka is an offensive presence, and they're saying that Luka is the best player in the rest of the playoffs right now. You agree to that?
Nah,
I don't either. I don't. I'm gonna keep it real. He's performing crazy.
But thing about it is, where's bro defense?
That's my biggest question. I told him, I was like, bro, he has no defense. He has no steals, no blocks. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? If Chris Paul, if a 37-year-old on a 38-year-old is going around you so easily, best offensive, okay, we can have a conversation.
Yes.
But in the sense of best player, you got to play both ways, bro.
Yeah, you gotta play both ways. I'll never get nobody the best overall player if they don't play both ends of the court.
I said Jimmy. I was like, nah, I think Jimmy Butler playing both ways.
That's what I ain't gonna lie. That's the only thing I agree with Skip Bayless right now is that he said that Jimmy Butler's the best player remaining in the playoffs. That means over Steph. That means over Luka. I was about to say Duka. Over Luka, no disrespect to him, that he balls out like a crazy. He's probably the best Euro player we're gonna see by for a long time. But
one of the homies said he's the best Caucasian to touch the ball except Larry Bird.
Ooh, that's what they need to start comparing him to. Stop calling him LeBron-esque. He more like Larry Bird, but he do get them triple doubles like LeBron. Larry Bird was possible. He got some triple doubles. You look at him on the triple double list, Larry Bird's not. He don't have 100 or nothing, but he's not like a person that wasn't getting triple doubles. Like he could rebound, pass the ball, and shoot.
And he can steal.
Yeah, and he played defense. Larry Bird definitely played defense. Yeah,
he get on defensive rebounds and everything. That's the one thing knock I have about Luka is like his offense is so good. But at the same time, how are you going to win a championship if you're just going to rely on his scoring? Because we saw until everybody else stepped up with his scoring output, they wasn't doing shit.
Oh, they can't win unless somebody else scored. That's why they're not playing. Their team defense and his one-on-one man defense is not enough. That's why I was like, if they was to beat the Warriors this series, it wouldn't be because of their defense. It would definitely be fully because they just was able to get their role players to come along for the party and hit some shots to help them get past the worst. It would be definitely game 7 again for them, but that's the only way I see them beating the Warriors. Other than that, they're not going to be able to stop the Warriors anyways, but let alone y'all not really the best defensive team, nor does your best player have that one-on-one man defense where he could chase Steph, he could get on somebody. Who is bro guarding? Bro's not guarding nobody. So it's like, He's not the best overall player. Like, it'll be Jimmy or Jason Tatum, because at least they play both ends.
Yeah, I say Jimmy, Jason Tatum. Then you can put Luka at the third.
Yeah, then you put Luka. Because we know
Steph scoring.
Yeah, and then we know Steph is just too little of a body on defense, and all he really does, he gets don't get me. He's shooting actually not that for him terrible from three right now. 32% for Steph Curry. That's terrible. If it was like Rondo or something, that's cool. But nigga, it's Steph.
Question though, are we actually understand? Because we're so blessed to see Steph and see what he does. Are we finally admitting that these are bad fucking shots? These are bad shots. Like
they are, yeah. I feel like they always been bad shots. He's just the only one who could, like, him and a couple other people like can make them, but he makes it the most consistent.
Yeah,
the more because he makes it like 44%.
He's taking like he's doing double dribble, and then the screens aren't there, the pick and rolls aren't there.
He don't have the players to get him open, like we talked about in one of the previous podcasts.
Good.
He don't have the big man screens like that no more. Draymond's the one who giving him really them good screens. Other than that, he kind of faking the shot and getting layups more now. If you look at the last year,
he's driving a lot now.
He's driving. It's like, bro, you only getting that because they scared you about to shoot it. If they knew you was driving, nigga, they'd be on your ass like white and rice, and you ain't even getting to the basket. Like they be on their toes because they know his shot. That's what helps him a lot.
Absolutely, but I think that's just a good thing for your offense. Again, he's putting up a lot of mid range. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering why aren't they off? Because we all remember that month of March where he was going dumb. Like everybody said, Steph Curry MVP if he keeps this shit up. Obviously, the output's gonna drop.
Yes, well, he's 36 or 37. Right.
So what I'm looking at is like Steph. He is shooting god awful compared to his level.
Yes,
what you expect.
He shoots like 44% from three. Shooting 32%, bro. You're shooting 12% less than you were all these other seasons. That is god awful. Then he's shooting. I seen him missing free throws. I'm like, what the fuck is? How's Chris Paul 97%? Bro wasn't even in the top 5 for the playoffs in free throws percentage this right now. He's not.
This was crazy.
I'm like, I've never seen this. I was like, I don't know if it's the team just not constructed. That's what's scary for me. And if they make it to the finals and say they play us or Boston, they're not winning that. I don't see the Warriors winning that. I don't see the West team winning this year. Like if it was the West team, it would have been the Suns. But now the Suns I don't see the West win at all because it'll be us or the Celtics.
Because you see the missing links on this Western Conference Finals. It's like
the East is actually better this year too.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I'm a bias, but I'll say yes. Boston, they're a strong transition offensive team. They get to the ball faster than mostly anybody in the league. You have the Heat. They have the most depth right now. So if you look at a complete team, you're going to look at the Eastern Conference teams. Now, if you look at the doghouse teams, which is going to be on the West, they're going to have to fight for wins. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, Jordan Poole has come out of nowhere, but obviously his output is slowed down because the defense is preparing for him.
And never been in the playoffs a day in his life.
So, you know what I'm saying? The defense is preparing for that now. They was like, okay, he can shoot, he can drop 30, so we have to rotate. We have to respect him on defense.
Yeah,
and we can't give him that much space.
And people forget that experience comes in a lot in these playoffs. That's why
Absolutely.
I was so surprised when the Grizzlies beat the shit out of the Warriors without Ja Morant. Bruh.
Oh my God,
I'm glad we touched on that because I think we would have forgot about they getting their ass whooped. Like even though they won the series, why the fuck y'all should have won the series that day? Y'all got blown out trying to think y'all experienced or whatever because Ja Morant not playing by a bunch of third and second year first year players. Niggas that never even played in the playoffs. It's literally like their second year in the playoffs. They got bounced out last year, bro. That's not enough experience like that. It's a little experience, but they whooped y'all ass, bro. Desmond Bain and them came out like they was the worst.
Even when they won, I was like, yeah, they won, but I'm not gonna forget that ass.
I'm not forgetting that shit. They lucky they wasn't like the Suns and they got their ass whooped on Game 7.
Yeah, that was embarrassing because it's like
that would have been worse for Steph Curry because he's a 3-time champion, never won a Finals MVP, and then you come up with that. Niggas have been like, yeah, bro, don't even talk about bro no more. You nigga got blown out in the Game 7.
Chris Paul retires.
Ooh, what you mean? Like, does he?
Does he?
Oh, not after this season. What you mean? Like, will he retire without one or like?
Yeah, well, yes, that's a better question. Does he retire without one? Or does he keep trucking along? The chances of him winning a championship is definitely slimmed down now because this was the year and last year was the year and he's getting older. I'm gonna say it slipped a bit now. Presently constructed. The thing I was gonna bring up about the West
is that they were. I feel like the East was a better conference this year, but the West had more injuries.
Yeah.
We were missing Jamal Murray the whole season. We were missing Michael Porter Jr. The Nuggets was a different team and still made it to the playoffs at Game 6. I get why Jokic won.
Jokic on MVP. That's what I said.
Congratulations. I get that.
I get that. I get Embiid being mad about it, but I was like, nah. I think Jokic, because that team doesn't do shit if Jokic is not in.
Nah, they wouldn't have. They'd have been like a 10th seed.
Right, because you could still. I think Philly could still beat an Atlanta team without Embiid, with a Tobias, with a James Harden. I feel like they could still get into that play-in talk because the East is like the top 6 teams are great. Like when you go Bulls up, then after that, it's kind of like everyone's fighting for a spot. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fair.
Yeah, that is fair. I can see that because it's like you got the Hornets, the Wizards. Well, the Wizards were actually in the top 6. They just had an injury. They would have been in the playoffs instead of who was the 8th seed? What was the Hawks? They probably would have took the Hawks, but I don't know. That's kind of hard to say, so I ain't gonna really say that. Right. They were like the 4th or 5th seed before Bradley Beal got hurt.
So with all this talent, with all these teams catching up, and obviously the Suns getting their ass whooped in Game 7, you think Chris Paul at 38 years old is gonna clock in and say, yeah, I'm willing to put in another 82 games, and considering how hard these playoff series are now, because I think we out of the dynasty area. We're out of the dynasty era. Like,
that's done.
That's done. No one's going to keep both. Like, the champions are out. You know what I'm saying? Both of them are out.
I guess niggas would say, like, oh, well, the Warriors still a dynasty. They still got their core guys with Steph, Clay, and Draymond. So they just changing the people around them. And if they win another championship, I guess they would be the last reigning dynasty as long as they win another chip.
Yeah,
because they would have to win the next 2, though.
Okay.
Like 2 more. I mean, they would have to win 2 more, not the next 2, but 2 more. Then you be like, okay, they're really a dynasty just because, like, the Spurs was a dynasty who won championships in 3 decades. They won one in 99, 2000, and 2010s. Okay. So that's a dynasty to me, just like the Lakers won, Kobe was like the main cornerstone. Shaq Kobe was the main cornerstone, basically. They won in 2000, they won in 2010, they won in 2 decades. That's a dynasty. So you got to at least do something like that for it to at least be a dynasty. But these one championship, and then you don't really win. I feel like
you got to compete for it every year, is what I'm saying. Yeah. You got to compete for it. Like, when the Warriors were doing that, like when you mentioned they were going like 12-0 in the playoffs, they were sweeping everybody.
Yeah,
I think you got to dog it out, and you really got to thug it out in these playoffs. And do you think a Chris Paul is going to say at 38, them knees is hurt? He can't do 82 games. He just can't.
Oh, he's going to be sitting out some games and doing low.
Absolutely. I think high figure, maybe Chris Paul can do 60.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, 60 games is all he needs to do at 38. Same thing with LeBron. LeBron don't need to be playing that many games.
Right.
He needs to play a good 60 games. That's why he needs somebody that could, when he's not there those games, they can still win games.
Exactly.
It's about to be 38 in December, man.
So, you see what I'm saying, though? It's like, but Chris Paul.
Yeah. Chris Paul turned 37, like, during the playoffs and looked like he just aged a year, like, literally that year just got to him overnight, like that.
And then he was already coming in hurt, you know what I'm saying? And then
they said,
Chris Paul never gets into the playoffs like healthy. He always gets there beat up because he wants to play 82 games, because he's a high shelf player. I'm thinking if he don't do it this year, man, he gotta call it.
Yeah, now after next year, it's done.
You gotta call it.
It's done. It's either retirement or you just gotta give up a championship aspirations and just let you come to, I don't know. He would have to be like off a bench on a superstar team.
Yeah, but there aren't really. What I'm saying is like there aren't superstar teams. Like there aren't super teams anymore. I
don't mean super team like superstar. I mean like a team like KD and Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You call like stars on there. You got two stars. Right. That's why everybody calling the Celtics beating us because they have Jason Tatum and then they have Jaylen Brown who got some games. And
that isn't a super team. That's just a good team.
Yeah, it's just I'm not saying super team though. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like a super good team, like a.
I got you.
Not like I never said super team. No, I just said like a superstar team is what I'm saying.
Like a team that can make a legitimate run.
Yeah, with a superstar though.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't. We're a team without a superstar that can make a legitimate run. So that's you can make a legitimate run without having a superstar. I'm saying having that superstar where your rest of your basically like Luka. Rest of your team know how to show up, but that one player can win you one game in a series.
Right.
Like LeBron did against the Celtics in Miami when we had poor night that game, and it was a 3-2 game 6 in 2012. Yeah, 2012. He had 45, 12, and like 8 or something on the Celtics LeBron, with KG. Exactly. LeBron's a superstar. That's what I'm saying. Superstar,
I get you.
Like Jason Tatum just had 46 in that game 7, even though Giannis still had 40-something. They got blown out, basically.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he didn't have Chris Middleton. Yeah. So just those type of teams. Like with Chris Middleton, he's a star with a superstar. That's like a super team. Not a super, my bad. I didn't mean to say super team that time. That just got caught up in that word right now. But like a super good team right there. You feel me? Where it's like, oh, y'all got every year, if y'all keep that team, y'all probably could win it unless somebody just shift the levels and get like Kawhi come to Miami or something.
Chris Paul washed.
I wouldn't say washed because the nigga just had 30 and 28 in some games, and then he had 5 bad games. I can't really say that, You just be like, damn, he just had a bad series that, that's like if we would have said LeBron was washed after they got, put out against the Suns last year.
Nah, he dropped 40, 50, like what the fuck? Like,
you know what I mean? Like even though, they got swept. Bro was dropping buckets, and Chris Paul still showed that he can have those games. But he never been, I'm about to drop 30 every night.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Caruso only dropping 2 points. If like, what the fuck? Like, what can he do?
Right, and then AD always fucked up, and it's just
Fuck,
basically in that aspect, you know what I mean?
All right, I give Chris Paul a good 2 to 3 years. That
me too.
If he stays with the Suns, max. If he stays with the Suns, obviously Devin Booker's gonna be there. I don't think Aiden leaves. I think Mikal Bridges is gonna get out of there because they gotta make room if they're gonna give Aiden a max deal. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, one of them have to go.
I would say probably Cam though. Just
So then like I said, if they keep DeAndre Ayton, that's cool, but they need other players to help because Chris Paul can only do 60, 65 after that. Chris Paul's the first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. No doubt on that. He's definitely getting to the Hall of Fame. He's definitely one of the best players, but fuck point guards, one of the best players in the league. And then we get into what this role player Patrick Beverley says about this man, calling him a cone.
Disrespectful.
Utterly disrespectful. Think he's totally wrong. But I'm gonna let you take the floor now because you just seem like you got a lot more to say to me.
Yeah, all right. So this dude Patrick Beverley, I always liked him on defense, and I love a guy that plays defense because on the court when I play basketball, I know everybody want to try to score. We go out to the park, the gym, and I'm a zero in on defense. Then I'm just guarding whoever and I'm helping. So I respect that. So I'm just make sure, I ain't got no ill will towards him. I feel like he's just trash on the court, or he don't deserve to be in the NBA because he's a dog out there. But just the way he goes about critiquing, I guess I would say, is what he's doing. Is like, first and foremost, you're still in the league. You're not an analyst yet, dude. You're just got put out in the first round. So you got to do this.
Blowing fourth quarter leads. But he's a dog. He's a dog. Blowing fourth quarter leads.
Right. You can't score for shit. but you know what I mean? So you're going to see, Chris Paul's a cone, but how many times did he lead the league in steals?
And he dropped 41 on your head.
On your head sent you home in that closeout game. 41 on your head. While you were the primary defender. I guarantee you that. Because you're the defensive point guard, right? This the point guard on the other side. Bro looked at you. Bro, you talking about he's a cone. Bro looked at you as a cone. Let's be honest. I guarantee he looks at you as a cone. They're like, Pat Bear got that defense. You want to say this when a man 37. You was not saying this 4 years ago when you was on Houston with James Harden and he was on the Clippers.
And what I'm tripping off is this man said, we wanted them. Motherfucker, y'all can't even get past the Grizzlies.
Come on now. Just shut up. This is like saying that type. We weren't worried about them. Y'all would have probably won less games. Come on, bro. Y'all went to game 7 with the Grizzlies. I don't think the Suns would have let that happen. The Grizzlies was just more inexperienced, and it was like young niggas just dogging it out.
Like my problem is this, is that you equate that this man has a resume that is equated to the Hall of Fame, and we equate your resume. We can't call what you've done other than 2017 when you were voted first team all defensive. Chris Paul has done that over 10 times.
Was that his only time winning it too?
That was his only time getting put on the all defensive team.
He shouldn't talk, bro. Like, you're a defensive player and you only made all defensive team once.
Then you have Chris Paul being a 6-time steals leader in the league. He's always top in steals in the league since he's been playing as a rookie, and that's in a New Orleans Hornets jersey.
Always.
So when this role player, I understand what you're saying, but you are a role player. He's a role player.
For sure.
He's a role player.
Like Matt Barnes said.
He's a role player, and that's really it. And he is defensive. He is a guy you would hate to, because he's annoying. He's a gnat. You know what I'm saying? He's everywhere on the floor.
Trying to get in your head and all that. He do all that.
Right. Those facets. But it's nothing defensively striking. Like, yes, he has quick hands. Yes, he has good feet. Yes, he can chase down a defender when he beats him on the first step. But at the same time, Ja Morant scored the last 14 points in those fourth quarter games. Ja Morant was the key victory in that, and he had the Ja Morant assignment. All right, boom. Okay, you want to go back. Clippers games. Clippers, you're set. You're going to be the primary defender on Kevin Durant. You're saying you locked him up and he scores 30. He's averaging 35 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Then you go, okay, for sure. Go back. You're guarding James Harden. James Harden is dropping 40 and you're saying you locked him up. What the fuck? I was like, what was he on pace for 80?
Man, that's the only way you say you lock somebody up that dropped 40. Well, he could have had 80. He could have had 60, but I stopped him. I had him to 40.
I'm just confused because you're critiquing in the aspect that you sit on this pedestal of defenders and you call yourself a world defender.
He said he's the best defender in the league, by the way. I watched all his little, he been having like, a whole tour on ESPN.
He's a fucking fool.
Bro, it's crazy as fuck. He said, because Stephen A. Smith was like, he's the, one of the best defenders. He said, in the world. And then Stephen said, I don't know about all that, but I was like, right, shut him down right there.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
Like, stop it, bro. Just don't say in the world, because Kawhi is a better defender.
Kawhi, if Kawhi said this, but Kawhi understands his level, he understands, yes, he was one of the top 75 most memorable players to ever play in the league. Right. But at the same time, bro, he sound like the salty grandmama who don't get invited to the family reunions. That's what he sounded to me. He just sounded like salty as a bitch. I'm like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you?
He for sure sounded like that's why when you sent me the little funny little meme shit, and he was just like, everybody was asking like, when Dame Lillard asked, what's CP do to you? And they was all the people replying, drop 41 on his head, drop 41, okay, so you mad about that? Was that last year or the year before, right? When he was on OKC, huh? Chris Paul. And he dropped and he put y'all out. Yeah, that one.
On the OKC team.
So the man took up. That was just 2 years ago. Now he's just all this disrespectful remarks you want to say. He's a calm. Nobody worried about him.
Right.
Nobody I go to sleep at. Basically, he said people go to sleep at 1 a.m. midnight when they getting ready to play the Suns. But if you're going to play Steph Curry, I'm going to sleep at 8 o'clock at night. I'm getting some good rest. Like, come on, bro. Then you kind of throwing other players under the bus by saying nobody worried about. So you saying your friends, the people you know in the NBA, which is probably a lot that you are cool with and hang out with,
Right.
they tell you we ain't worried about Chris Paul, which you're kind of making Chris Paul probably look at it like, damn, shit, probably some of my own friends might have said this shit.
He put a target on his back.
Yes, he got people going at him like crazy. Matt Barnes had to check him. I was so glad when Matt Barnes checked him in the same day and the same. That was just like perfect.
Because Matt Barnes was a defensive player.
And he said that's why he said we gotta have the similar roles. He said they don't talk about us when we're gone. They're gonna talk about Chris Paul forever.
Forever.
So it's
we're not gonna talk about you. We're not gonna talk about you. I'm just saying, bro. We're not.
No.
It's like
It's not gonna mention Pat Bev 10 years from now. I'm not talking about that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not, bro. Now, the real basketball nerds who want kids to understand and study the game, they may mention you, but they're not going to mention you as the best defender of this era. I'm sorry, bro. You're not great.
Even close.
You're not.
I'll take Marcus Smart. Come on, bro. That's why he won
He
DLP.
won Defensive Player of the Year.
You talking about you the best defensive player in the world. Why you didn't win? Don't say because you're on the Timberwolves. Nobody want to hear that shit.
Man. Come on, man.
Because Marcus Smart just a dog and bro really played nigga hard. Him and Drew Holiday really is better defenders than Patrick Beverly.
Absolutely.
And they're both point guard defenders. What are you talking about? I could probably name 4 or 5 that's better than him defensively. Lonzo Ball healthy, probably better than Patrick Beverly defensively. Come on now. Just stop it. Just stop this. Just do your game, play game, do your analysts like they're paying you to, and then Molly quit talking about, oh, it's been so exciting. You just happy because he's making all this stirring stuff up for y'all ratings. But really he's saying a bunch of nonsense that people looking at him crazy and gotta check him for it.
Yeah.
And Lillard probably about to drop 40 on him when he come back healthy. Bro need to leave Portland too. We need to talk about that. Because KG and I believe Matt Barnes just had a discussion saying he needs to leave Portland. And KG encouraging. It's over. You done been as low as you can. Nobody's not gonna say nothing wrong about Damian Lillard leaving the Portland Trailblazers. I promise you that.
You have that old school mind, but it's a new league, man. You need to get the fuck out of there, bro. They just traded your best scorer that can help you get past those tough teams, CJ McCollum. You see what the fuck he at? He at the New Orleans Pelicans, bro.
Dropping 30.
God damn. Brandon Ingram is in his game now. He's in his bag.
Yeah, he's hard. Bro, hard. He might end up being one of the best in the next couple of years. Bro, hard.
Got a bag for him. You got another Jose Alvarado. You know what I'm saying? Who's
Grand Theft Alvarado.
Oh God, bro, he be tucked in that little spot in the corner that come right behind you.
Man, act like he ain't even in the game though. He be in the cut by the players and then pop back in like, oh, y'all forgot I'm inbounds.
Right.
He did it to Kenny Smith. They had him do it on TNT and sneak up on Kenny Smith. He's like, I Kenny, y'all. I was dying.
Right.
Real hard. He would be a dog on our team. If we had bro, oh my God. He's cool on the Pelicans. Ooh, he would be crazy with us. I can see him being with us or any team that like got dogs like that, bro, would be crucial.
He's an asset.
But Pat Bev, yeah, bro,
knock that shit off.
Just stop it. Just stop it, bro. Just have your career. Just keep going, because now people are about to talk. You sent me that with Danny Green that said Danny Green was all right. Like, come on, look, bro. ESPN pointed you. I don't know if they had that ready when they had you come on to this, but they had a whole clip of you just getting baby and then shaking Luka hand and him waving you off like you ain't nobody.
Come on, man. And then you had the Kevin Durant film. He just getting tossed all over the damn floor.
Man, like stop it. Like just stick to guard, point and shooting guards. Don't talk about guarding nobody else anyways.
I'm not for the slander content. I'm not for slander content.
It's like he got on there to like, okay, this is my moment. Everybody watching. I ain't never really been on TV like this and been able to express myself. Let me just say whatever to stir shit up. Let me say, okay, Chris, I'm not worried about when we gonna talk about the Suns. I'm not worried about. I do respect. He has some good points in his basketball knowledge when he brought up like Jimmy Butler and what he was saying about that after that game 1. I respect that, and what he was saying even before that. I respect some of the things he was saying. It's that Chris Paul and him kind of, it's like you're friends with James, you play with him, you want to make it. Which James Harden, like you're basically saying people are a little washed, kind of, without saying it. You said,
what is he?
He ain't never been in, so he can't even be washed. He was already in the laundry machine, when he got in the league. So it was like you already was a little watered down. You feel me? So it's like, right, exactly. So it's like, then you talking about which Paul George, Pacer Paul George. Bro, Paul George still raw, bro. Just not as athletic, man. Come on now, because he had a almost a career-ending injury. So why would you
came back?
Why would you even and came back and still was balling? Come on, why would you even compare the two? Like, and if I was PG probably, like a lot of people like PG might feel some. PG probably like whatever, fuck that little nigga. He still ain't gonna be mentioned still after I'm done. Just like Chris Paul is still gonna be mentioned, but he's not. Same thing with Paul George.
But you know what? What I'm thinking is this, right? So you got to be confident, right? We could say that square one.
Back.
But there is a sense of like a naivete to your confidence. It's like you're over inflating your ability. You know what I'm saying? And in hindsight, Pat Beverly is a great defensive asset to a team. I think in any team in the league, he can be a defensive asset.
Right.
But at the same time, is he impactful to win you those monumental games down? Without Anthony Edwards, hell no. Without a PG-13 and a Kawhi Leonard, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at the teams he's a part of, there's always a superstar with him. You know what I'm saying? He's an asset, he's a role player. So him always being on these shows, he's trying to inflate his self to make him feel like he's on the level of these people. You're talking about Jason Tatum as if you are going to drop 30, you're going to drop 40, have 2 steals, have 10 rebounds and all that. You're not going to do that. You want to sit here and demean Chris Paul because you don't even have the accolades. You probably never will, no offense, to get on the level of a Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? You could say he is that, he's a cone and all of this. At the same time, they had the best record in the league. For 2 years in a row, they were the top 2 teams. And last year, they went to the championship. So you're demeaning a player's game and saying he's not a threat to a team that had the best record in the league and went to the NBA Finals last year. So I don't condone that shit. I don't condone false lip service just to get and boost yourself up and get yourself. But the league is correcting him. The league is like on his ass. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? People get on TV and get in front of all these cameras. It's like, that's that snitch ass nigga with the rainbow hair. That's that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're slandering people for no other reason other than to slander. You have no real merit to what you're talking about other than, yes, you do suit up. Yes, you do play the game. And yes, you do have real life experience against these players. Also, you can bullshit. And you are bullshit right now, Pat Bev. I can't respect it. I don't condone it. I can't wait to see him get dunked on and him have to swallow his words. Because now they put a target on his back.
Right. He might have the worst season of his career next year because of this shit. If he don't show up and still have like, oh, he's still great. If everybody's eating him up next year and really just going at him and just dunking and scoring on him, he's going to be diminished in his career and he's going to look sad because he's going to wish he never did this. So hopefully for him, he has a good season next year with the Timberwolves and they make it to the playoffs again, maybe in a higher seed than the 7th seed. I mean, the 8th, but on 7th seed, my bad, yeah, 7th seed, and at least be 5th or something, maybe even 6th.
Man, strap your shoes up, Pat Bev. You better come with it.
He got to come with it because I know niggas is coming at him for sure. My question though, isn't this the same dude that barely made the playoffs with the team that he was in the playoffs as the 7th seed and cried after they won the play-in? And wasn't he just getting memes made about him and crying and then had a Versace robe on like he just won the chip? Come on now, your mindset ain't even right to win a championship, let alone you talking about this man who, like we said, was just in the finals, #1 league. They had a bad
The bad game was in game 7. The shitty game was in game 7. Yeah, that was
a real shitty game. Yeah. The other game
they don't do that to Phoenix again. I guarantee they won't do that to Phoenix again.
Nah, me either. I don't believe that either.
It happened in game 7, so it's damn.
It just looked real bad, and they shouldn't have lost the series in the first place. It just looks bad for them.
Right.
So they got to make a bounce back, and hopefully they can. But Pat Bev, you don't have no merit to be out there talking about Chris Paul, talking about he's a cone, and nobody worried about him, and he can't guard nobody, and all that. You can't guard nobody. You telling me, bro, can't guard anybody? You literally said anybody. Like, I guarantee he could guard you. That's what matters. You the one talking. Go play one-on-one against Chris Paul.
At this point, let's street ball it. Meet me at the park. You feel me? At this point.
I'm surprised Chris Paul ain't said nothing or, got on, but he's like, man, he was going to acknowledge that point.
Yeah, I mean, as he's supposed to, man.
Yeah, real shit.
As he's supposed to. He's a Hall of Famer. So
right, and Pat Bev, nah, he probably won't be one. He already
because he was like, why doesn't he get the Ben Simmons slander? Ben Simmons don't fucking play.
He don't play. He don't shoot. The last time we seen Ben Simmons, he didn't shoot, and now he didn't play the whole season.
Yeah, I was like, that showed me jealousy. That was like jealousy when he said, why doesn't he get the Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons don't fucking play.
Ben Simmons, the Kyrie, all the slander. What did he? Shut the fuck up. Niggas was they rightfully got on Chris Paul about nigga all the games he didn't do crazy numbers. And they're like, Chris Paul's player. Then they bring up his turnovers all the time. How is they not giving him turnovers? Because they're not going crazy about it, just because it's like, okay, he had a bad game. It's not nothing to go crazy about. They're going off on Ben Simmons and Kyrie about two different things. And about, certain type of shit about their, the effort in playing the game.
Right.
That's why they've been, and they go on James Harden about the same thing because he took 2 shots in the second half. It's not about
a shot a quarter.
Yes, in the second half, bro. 2. Come on now. That's
come on, things. Nigga. I was like, nigga. I'm like, what? Why doesn't he get the Ben Simmons night, bro? Ben didn't show up in these Fashion Nova outfits, looking like a goddamn Green Goblin character. You feel me? And you're like, what? Chris Paul shows up. You feel me? He shows up.
He gonna play every night that he healthy for sure.
Come on now. That was just, that showed me jealous. That's where he lost me, because I watched him too. So I was like, that's where he lost. Oh, this is jealous.
Yeah.
They start bringing up old LeBron James camp, like, oh, I destroyed him and whoop-de whoop whoop and blah de blah. I'm like, yeah, bro. No one can confirm that but you. And it seems like you're talking hot air out your ass right now.
Wait. So he got one where he talking about he destroyed Chris Paul?
At a LeBron James basketball camp, he said it was me 5-on-5. Chris Paul was on the opposite team. I destroyed him. Verbatim. He said, I destroyed him. And he dramatic. So he.
That's what I'm gonna say about that though. Bro, you talking about a meaningless game? Because Paul probably wasn't even trying to get hurt. Nigga, you nigga get hurt in them games. You think they gonna waste his career getting hurt? Come on, in a regular ass game? Come on. Just shut up, bro.
Yeah, I was like, what? Remember LeBron James got dunked on by like some dude in high school?
It was like a high school, yeah. And he had everybody take away everybody's phones and cameras.
Yeah, the Nike representative said, take them shits away and all that other shit. But in reality, when it came out, I was like, bro, we don't care. It was like, oh, LeBron James got dunked on. I mean, the kid did look big. I was like, niggas get dunked on. It's basketball.
It's timing with that shit anyway. So it's like, you might have just jumped at the wrong time and just up. You jumped at the wrong time and dunked on.
And I'm like, bro, what is destroying him? Like, what did you drop, 50 on him? Like,
right. I don't picture Patrick Beverley dropping 50 on nobody.
I don't picture Pat Bev dropping 25.
Man, on a regular nigga, we go to the park right now until Pat Bev pulled up. I don't imagine him hitting 20 like you said.
Oh yeah, let him shoot. I'm
gonna let him shoot all day. He can try to drive, but nigga, you gonna have to try to.
Hey, rip him. Let me stop.
Man, like come on now. Yeah, like he just needs to stop it. It's just, you don't go on no shit like that and be disrespectful and just go come at somebody like that sideways and throw people under the bus. It's not even an ethical thing to do. It's like, bro, do you got any conscience? Like, you just gonna come out here and just slander this man like that?
Yeah. Hey.
And then he slandered Devin Booker a little bit too. Like, he might worry about Devin Booker.
What? The man that dropped 30 on you? Yeah, he dropped 30, 25, 38, average 25.6 rebounds. I'm like, what? Wasn't an MVP running, but what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, I wish they would have played the Timberwolves in the first round instead of them wherever the Suns play in the first round.
Man, and I like Cat. I like Anthony Edwards. You feel me? And yes, again, I agree with you. Pat Beverley does have an attitude that comes with him, but he isn't the best defender. Like, come on, man. Like, what?
He shouldn't even said that shit out of his mouth.
That's all I'm saying. But can we move on to a happier note?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because this Kendrick album dropped. You feel me?
Ooh, yeah. How you feel about it? Because I want to know your opinion, because it's been some people saying